Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we're pleased to bring you another Link to the Past Randomizer Crossworld Keysanity match. It is Losers Bracket Round 3 and we have Alaszun versus Julloninja. And I'm joined today on commentary by CyberChowX, who is shortly to be joined by Jay Coper. And how you doing tonight?
I'm good.
So we have two runners who look, at least from qualification rankings, number 25 versus number 30. So I know.
So sounds like a nice close race.
Yes, so I know Alaszun. I'm not as familiar with Julloninja. Are you familiar?
Julloninja, yeah, I've actually heard that name more than Alaszun, so
Okay, I'm going to check in with them.
Julloninja's been around for a bit.
Okay, let me check in with them. I'm just going to mute myself so that you don't hear my keys. But I will let you know when we are ready to start. Okay, just to let you know, I am waiting for both runners to ready up in the race room. So as soon as they are ready, I will set them off. So, thanks again.
Welcome, Jay Coper.
Hey, thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing well. We're just waiting for the runners to ready up. And we should be off momentarily. Oh, Alaszun hadn't even put a in. Interesting.
I have no idea what that means.
Neither do I. No worries, no worries.
So I might have missed. I think we're live and everyone can hear us, right? Did we talk a little about this matchup and what these runners have faced so far? Looks like Alaszun lost to ZeldaSpeedRuns and then beat Cadenza and Amazing Ampharos, which is pretty good. Pretty strong opponents that he's had so far. Julloninja beat Matt7898, who was ranked pretty highly. Lost to Lin and beat Magnificent, which are also pretty strong three opponents on his side. So,
yep.
Pretty stiff competition that they both faced to this point.
Yeah, and we're getting a little bit of a divergence right away. Julloninja heading straight for Keck. Alaszun checking the South Shore area.
Oh, it looks like we had bombs in Link's house. That's
yes.
That really changes some potential opening strats. I don't know why Julloninja is continuing to dig for bombs when he's already got 4.
You can never have too many bombs early in a in entrance rando. You could end up running into mini Moldworm Cave early, and if you don't have a permanent weapon, you want those bombs. Just last night, I called a race that turned on one runner being able to clear mini Moldworm Cave as soon as they found it, and the other couldn't, and there was a Moon Pearl back there.
Yeah, I was watching that one.
Yes. And we find Sank with the pod
so we'll be
key.
able to clear the back of escape right away.
Yep, and we get some money.
So while Jello was picking up all his bushes looking for bombs, Alaszun found the restock hut and was able to fill up on bombs really quickly. So,
yep. We've got immediate Moon Pearl and a T-Rock Big Key and a second Pod Small.
Those are all great things to have.
Yeah, 2 Pod Smalls right away is nice. It lets you get as far as the Dark U, I guess we'd call it, and then if you want to bomb jump over to break logic. And speaking of things to find early, Ganon's Tower, and what that hook shot! You can go over and start routing left side now. Or no, you'd need a hammer for that.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Just that small detail thing that might be very accessible.
Yeah. I forgot that you need the hammer to get through that first room. And speaking of Ganon's Tower, there's Ganon's Arena over at the Uncle drop down. And we see Blind's basement with the glove. So this seed is getting off to quite the fast start.
Yeah, we found a lot of big item places and a lot of interesting items in those locations already. A glove,
Yeah.
a hook shot, and a moon pearl. That's a really strong set of starting items for this mode. And we've got the top of Bumper Cave, which is really interesting when you've already got the hook shot.
Yep, and Alaszun going to make this bomb jump to get the big chest of Turtle Rock and finds an Aga Tower key. Meanwhile, Julloninja is in the Tower of Hera and finds the mushroom.
So we haven't seen what's at the Lumberjack drop. We don't know how important that Aga Tower key is going to be. I'm a little surprised Alaszun didn't go to the roller chest in Turtle Rock. It's pretty easy to get to. Maybe he's holding off in case there's a trip to Laser Bridge in his future.
Maybe. Well, yeah, it is a little strange that you wouldn't go for that chest as well. And these checks are nothing. We see what's in the back of Tavern, which is one of the few caves that is guaranteed to not be randomized, because it's the only cave in the game with a backwards entrance, so it can only become itself. And it holds the sewer key, which is rarely truly required, but is very good for logic purposes, because those two chests on the way to Zelda Cell, the Cell chest and the Boomerang chest, are logically locked by it. So seeing that key early means that you know that you're not sequence breaking if you go to those chests. Not that we've seen Hyrule Castle yet, which is always something you want to see because it's got a lot of exits.
Yeah, the only thing we've seen so far is the back of Escape, of course, but it could be required to take that key and go backwards through Escape to get to the Dark Chest if Hyrule Castle is inaccessible. Of course, that would also require the lamp, logically. But...
Nope, and we find a fire rod at the dam. And dam's also something you like to see early in Entrance Rando, because it opens up an overworld check, and it also will be good for if you find Swamp Palace. And 300 on the Lumberjack Ledge, which is located at the well. Julloninja is going to get that. They're early in the seed. You haven't done Zora yet, and Zora is in logic with those gloves. So picking up a big 300 is a good plan.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too surprising to see a Zora play somewhat soon, given that we have the money for it, and we'll have the Moon Pearl, so we can... oh, that's the other side of Bumper Cave right there. That kind of...
Yeah, and there's Mini Moldorm Cave. And Julloninja, with the hook shot, will easily be able to clear it out, and finds... Piece of Heart, a compass to Eastern Palace, a trio of bombs, another piece of heart, and a big 20. Not so hype. No.
Yeah, that was not the Moon Pearl that
we got 2 of the 3 dark exits. So one of those is going to be the entrance to Old Man Cave, and the other is going to be the exit of Death Mountain Descent, because the exit of Old Man Cave is always on West Death Mountain somewhere.
Well, we also have the back of the cave where the old man lives, too, so...
Yeah, oh, right, the back of the... Sorry, yeah, I forgot that there's another, Yeah, I was actually thinking of that when I said Death Mountain Descent. I forgot about the actual Death Mountain Descent. And we find a side entrance to desert. Julloninja is going to go in.
This could be unfortunate for Julloninja. I'm guessing that they're just going to get the chest probably and check the torch. But having the Moon Pearl right away and then being able to just go through this for a connector might be a little nicer.
Yeah. I mean, I'd at least take a look at where the connector goes, and if it takes you into the dark world, then that is a bow.
Okay. Yeah, we got a bow there.
And Jullo is going to see where a connector leads. Did look like silvers, but bows are progressive. It was a kind of strange one. Oh, that's in the light world, but you can't quite backtrack through that. But that is a useful piece of knowledge. So there's our top of the tower, or top of the castle access, and oh, that is another entrance point to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Jello's got the fire rod, so killing the Pokey is pretty easy for him. And he's grabbing hard, even though he's got 3. That's how dire his health situation is here.
Yep, and going to check the vanilla big key chest. And just to dodge that bunny beam, gets a small key to Ice Palace. And is going to head onwards towards Chain Chomp Room. This is going to be a very tense situation because those Chain Chomps, I'm pretty sure they've got enough to one-shot him twice over.
Yeah, but as long as you take it slow, it's not so bad. I don't know why he's not just hitting his switch. I guess he was just waiting for that one to get out of the way. Ooh, a book. And that's in logic.
Book. Yeah, that is in logic, and that is another entrance. And not to mention a pig chick if they want, but I don't necessarily see that being that forthcoming.
Jello's about to discover Ganon. I'd have to imagine that he's going to start at sync after this and probably get his Moon Pearl right away. No, he is... Oh, he walked out. And then
Yep, there's that save and quit. Let's see if he goes to sync. There he is.
So, Jello about to get his good news while Alaszun's about to get his bad news.
Big key to Turtle Rock, small key to Dark Palace, and Big Sphere.
Oh, Jello.
And I was wondering if he was going to do this. He's going to brave the Dark Room. Oh, that's right, the Fire Rod, so not really actually braving the Dark Room. That means this is in logic, correct?
No.
No? Still not in logic?
Fire Rod does not put Dark Rooms in logic and entrance rand.
Ah, okay. It's an entrance rando thing.
I don't know how to use that torch, but okay, you got it. Actually. Just bombs there, so nothing big found.
Yeah, Alaszun went through the old man cave, gets an out of logic big key to Swamp Palace, and an out of logic trip into Thieves Town.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too shocking to see a connector up to Death Mountain that's in
It's
logic.
not dark, yeah. Agreed, but
for now, it's out of logic, yes.
for now, yeah. And we see what was in that dam. It was a small key that was blocked by the dam release, and where will it lead to? GT.
We've already got some items that could make exploring GT interesting, so wouldn't be surprised to see that GT key come into play.
Yeah, with the fire rod, we could actually get all the way to Ice Armos by the full right route. Well, and we find another T-Rock entrance over on Laser Bridge. Now this isn't going to be in logic, of course, without an invincibility item. And Alaszun has found Aga Tower. With that one key, can get both chests.
Right,
And
the
Laser
second
Bridge
chest.
not paying off.
The second chest in Aga Tower is going to be a bit more of a challenge.
Yeah.
But
Not
he's
to
got the
make sure
torch
it's
lit, so I think
sequenced
he's got a good shot at getting it. So I like this play by Alaszun, or Jello, to route over to the a sword on the desert ledge, but routing over to the desert entrance since we've got the book and we've got a bug. Lots of different things to check at the same time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looked like a connector spit him out of Agina's cave, but yeah. That is something to check, and that is just another connector, and I think that's like a one-way connector, because he's not following that at all.
I didn't see which connector it was, because I was noticing that Alaszun has found Hookshot Cave. We've got another small future rock.
I think it might have been the exit of the Spectacle Rock Cave. Not sure.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm not sure if that is right. I still sometimes have trouble telling the difference between all those Death Mountain connectors. Big key to Ice Palace in the Thieves hideout.
Yeah, we've got lots of ingredients for ice already. It's an interesting place at the moment. We are missing a hammer, but could always require to dip there without a hammer. Alaszun has found his way to the South Dark World, so he's going to be able to get a couple free items here. Some entrance checks.
Yep, and we find the Graveyard Cave. 10 arrows, and Jullo finds the connector, isn't going to take it just yet. Wants to check the rest of this area.
I think I would have just gone through if I were in his shoes, but I mean, I'm eliminated, so I don't have much reason to talk, I guess. Oh man.
Yeah,
You
that's
got
Misery
one.
Meyer, and with the hook shot, we can go in.
But he's gonna have to kill the Wizrobes with a rod or something, and that's looks like his plan here. Hope for some magic drops from something. Oh no! Oh, he got a magic drop. I think he still had enough for that last one, but oh man.
Yep, and we see what's inside the Thieves' Town entrance. It is another exit-y type of cave.
How did we get up to Thieves Town area? I missed that.
Yeah, good point. Maybe a connector?
Yeah, I must have found one.
I mean, Village of Outcasts has plenty of exits.
Maybe it was the old woman's house that we saw him walk into and walk out of before.
Ah, yes, of course. Oh, nope, can't quite get that chest.
He could have, but he would have died.
He would have
and
died right afterwards.
I think he wants to get the other chests in here first, so...
Yeah, and hope to get more health while he's here.
Well, that's not a place that you wanted to find a connector to. It's not terribly helpful right now. Maybe later, once we get the boots, it could end up being useful.
Yeah. Does get a little bit more health and a bit more max health. So that's nice.
A little easier for Jello to check that big chest since he had the
Right. That hook shot puts that in logic all along.
and we'll get to see what Alaszun skipped in the back here.
Another pod small.
That's interesting.
We're
Certainly
up to
pointing towards
3
something
now.
in the back of pod, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. 3 isn't quite enough to put it in logic unless one of those things that's back there is directly blocking you from being able to use a key towards Helmasaur.
I don't know if that's a consideration that's in the entrance pod logic.
Yeah, maybe. I know in like regular Keysanity, it's like those things are locked by 4 or 6, unless it's one of those things where you wouldn't be able to use the key on Helma because it's actually the hammer, or well, it used to be with the bow, but I suspect with progressive bows it doesn't necessarily consider that anymore. Maybe it still does if it's hard first, but I don't know. The logic, pod key logic is very complicated.
Yeah, Alaszun desperately needs. Oh, very sneaky. All right, nicely done getting off of that thing. He should be able to check this now, and he's good.
Yep. Very well played, Alaszun.
feel like there was some regret in Alaszun's decision making as soon as he crossed the bridge into Mire and realized that he was going to have to use the rod to kill those Wizrobes, but worked out okay for him.
Made
He
it work.
at least a bottle and a key or two.
Yeah. And got all 6 of the chests that are not locked by a big key, so pretty much doesn't have to come back there until he's ready to finish it off, if they even need to. For all we know, that could have been a pendant.
Right. And having that bottle first could be big if the kid has something.
Yep, and we see the swagnet. And then we'll be routing over towards Dig Game after checking what's at the Arrow game.
Oh, got a little bit of sync going on here, basically. So Jello is heading onto the same screen.
Yep, and it's a lot of digs here. For a small key to Pod. That's Alaszun's 3rd, and when Jewel gets this, it'll be his 4th. So that definitely does logically put the back of Pod in there. Although, as you noted, the fire rod doesn't actually put the dark U, so to speak, into logic. So it's really just that one chest.
Alaszun picks up his ice big, and he's about to find the same connector that Jello's already used a couple times. I can't imagine that. Oh, that's right, it goes to Village of Outcasts, so I would expect him to go through there and do the checks in the Village of Outcasts area. Maybe we'll see
Yeah,
the items
he had
installed.
already checked the other the lumberjack area earlier. Jullo didn't go through right away because he wanted to finish checking out that area, but oh no, Alaszun is right back, sees that it goes to Village of Outcasts and is right back into the connector.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, he's got something else on his mind first, I guess.
Yeah, I could have sworn he had already checked this. Maybe not.
Oh man, Jello having some of the same debate that Alaszun had and making the same decision in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Learning that yeah, oh, I guess he hasn't even done his Lost Woods checks. Sees desert. Is not going to follow that just yet. Wants to see the rest of the Lost Woods. Doesn't have that book yet though, so wouldn't be able to give us a ped check while we're here.
Yeah, when Alaszun found Turtle Rock, he didn't really have any weapons, so he did not go to the chain chomps. So I'm guessing that Jello's gonna make the same decisions that Alaszun made. Let's see what happens here.
And Alaszun is heading into the Hyrule Castle escape.
Yeah, this is certainly interesting since we got the small key that puts
it in logic, yeah.
the final two. This one being in logic without any keys.
Yeah. But it's just the compass of Turtle Rock. But yeah, and having a hookshot. Hookshot can't actually kill these guards, but it will stun them to make it even easier to clear this out with just those bombs.
Yeah, but he's making use of that fire rod too, so.
Oh yes, that's right. They also have a real weapon in the form of the fire rod. But he is using a bomb on this one. This one he uses the fire rod on. Ah yes, because that would require multiple bombs. Setting up the death warp, and then is going to use the fire rod. Finds the flippers.
That seems pretty relevant. Would be surprised to see something in the Zora area for progression. Or that also allows us access to East Dark World logically, so we can do things like go to the pyramid, go to Catfish, and check the whole pod area too.
Yep. And Alaszun going to be heading into the dark area, heading for Dark Cross, going to get his 3 bombs.
Nice thing about dipping Mire early is it's always easy to death warp.
And speaking of death warp, Alaszun seems to be thinking death warp is the way to go. Back out or take a connector. Nope, just going to walk back out where he was.
I guess he's going to go back to the Village of Outcast connector. I would have checked the Hyrule Castle connectors first.
He's taking advantage of those flippers. He's going to warp over to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, do this, and then maybe straight to Zora after this, perhaps?
It's good routing. Yeah, you don't see that portal used very often, but when you get the flippers there, and looks like he found another side of that connector that he just decided he didn't want to take.
Yep, punished for not exploring.
Go woods. And we'd still need a sword to be able to complete this, and a small key. It's easy to forget sometimes that you actually do need to bring one small key from the front in normal, because even in regular Keysanity you never really need those Skullwood Smalls, but in Cross Keys you still need to find one somewhere. It could be in that front. It could be out in the world.
Yeah, usually it's just gonna be you do the front of Skullwoods in such a way that you have a key remaining. You got Hastrela here.
Oh,
Speaking of
and
Skullwoods.
tells us that we may not need to go back to Skullwoods. And that is a cane of Samaria. And with all those Turtle Rock entrances we've already found, that could be something.
I have to imagine that Jello is gonna go through Hyrule Castle from this entrance now, when he sees it. Since he didn't do that before, and he's gonna end up getting his flippers as well.
Yeah.
So Alaszun putting off the Spectacle Rock Cave there. Wonder if he is going to head back to that, or just do that later, perhaps.
Right, I mean, it's,
Zorledge.
yeah, with that small key, he's probably going to be swimming back out and checking that. And what does our scam fish have for us today? A big old scam.
Don't try to hook those. The fence posts in Zora's Domain are just unbelievably frustrating. Sometimes you can hook them, but
Well,
the physics in this whole place are weird.
we've got that Skullwood Small.
Oh yeah, so he could go back and finish it, and then get his green pendant, or even after he gets a sword. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd still need a sword, but yeah, if it turns out that there's a sword right in here.
We already have seen
Show me
one
sword. Nope, it's a map.
There is that sword waiting for us on the desert ledge, but we're gonna need either a connector there or the flute and mitts and a mirror to get that.
Yep. And we get the map to Eastern, so we may get a map check soon. But for all we know, this will put us in the Dark World. It does. We're on Floating Island.
That's a good one. Alaszun just walked right by Hookshot Cave. I hope that he does not forget to pick up that rock.
And
Okay.
a map to Tower of Hera, that'll make it, yeah, I feel like a map check is going to be awaiting when Alaszun gets back to the Light World, but that may have to wait a while because he's found Ice Palace, and as we noted before, we can clear a lot of this dungeon. Can't quite finish it without that hammer, but
Yeah, Alaszun's even got that cane from Sahasrarla's hut, so he's going to be able to do the icebreaker to get that one chest that's out of logic.
yeah, and we find the basement key of Tower of Hera.
Oh, Alaszun did not go to Hobo, I guess, and he didn't get the lamp that's sitting right there. That's unfortunate for him.
That is very unfortunate.
But I imagine he'll be back there at some point. I like to put it off sometimes in hopes that you can do it with the mirror and East Dark World access later. We've already got the East Dark World access, we're just missing that mirror. This is interesting. Okay. I guess he got out of there. going to be interesting to see if... What are you... What? What? Oh, did Alaszun...
Oh! Did he just steal the key from that room and then is going to Icebreaker?
Yeah.
I think he went to that room just to get the small key.
Yeah, that makes some sense. That makes some sense. I haven't seen anyone do that yet, but it makes sense when you don't have the hammer.
It does. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that is really good thinking. That is some heads-up play.
Yeah, otherwise he would be stuck on the right side and he wouldn't be able to go down.
Yeah.
Pretty nicely done there. That was nice and quick.
Yep. Gets another heart container. That brings him up to 7. Still not getting, not terribly healthy yet. And a heart piece, and using that key.
I'm curious if Jello is going to do the same thing that Alaszun did and end up making this exact same play. It looks like he has that in the back of his mind here, so let's see if it does play out that way.
And with that bomb pickup, that's making the death warp.
That was certainly a quick death warp. So I don't think we saw anything interesting in ice there.
No, I didn't.
Small key in the library there.
Yeah.
Head back once we get those boots.
Yeah. And we get a shield and the Meyer map.
A fairy in a bottle, which might actually be a detrimental find, depending on when we get that mirror.
Yeah, because they've been utilizing death warps quite a bit so far this seed.
Oh, the old man starts at pod. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is fairly useful information.
Yeah, we can get right to the... Well, this was already in logic with what we knew, so it doesn't put anything new into logic. It's just...
I just meant the fact that we know that we don't have to pay Kiki to open pod. Though.
Just have to give him his 10 rupees as a matter of walking through every time.
Yeah.
Little bit of a toll. Yeah.
And I saw crystals at Meyer and T-Rock, and looked like, and we already knew that Skull was Green Pendant.
Nice easy connector here. Just see where that goes. And we get a mushroom churn. Oh, that's a pretty useless connector until we get a mirror.
Yeah.
So it's probably... It really doesn't open anything new even with the mirror. We already have the floating island connector, so not sure we'll ever see that one get used again.
It's not exactly the best one. But we will be getting a check on Pyramid Ledge soon.
Yeah, and then I imagine we're going to see all the way to Catfish as well.
It would make sense.
It'd be really nice to have the mirror for doing these checks. We still wouldn't be able to check Aga Tower without a Master Sword or a cape, but yeah, those pegs you can hookshot there, Alaszun. I know that you've been done wrong by.
But earlier in the seed, we saw what was in Aga Tower because someone went through a connector and it spit them out of Aga Tower.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, Alaszun's gonna head down to the south before doing Catfish. That's interesting. I think I'd rather have Catfish as item first myself, but
yeah, it's a guaranteed item. It's not guaranteed to be a good item, but it's a guaranteed item. And you could end up running into some more connectors here, and then we get an item check, but it's just 10 arrows.
I don't know what Jello was trying to hookshot there. Oh, that maybe the little plop thing, I guess. I'm not really sure.
2 of them. There's a fairy. And Paradox. We have found Paradox Cave.
Nice.
This is going to be a quick 7 items. Full heart. Another full heart. Bow.
Oh, hey, there's our bow, and we know where this
300 rupees. Arrows. Yeah. Mirror. This was hype. A bow, a mirror, and multiple full heart containers. I like that. I like that a lot.
Man, Jello walking out of Thieves Town. Can't remember seeing someone do that. Swords are minor detail.
Yeah. Oh. Yes, we do know one of them's on Desert Ledge. I was going to make the joke about the 4 chests at the top of Ganon's Tower, but yeah, we have seen one of them inaccessible thus far on Desert Ledge.
So, Jello used the last of his magic to check the first chest in Aga Tower. Oh, he's got the lamp. That's right. That was on.
He's got the lamp.
That makes this much easier to handle without the lighting of lamp torch. Why did you stop that guy?
Yeah, this guy's working.
Yeah, he did good work, but the guy who was actively trying to help you with your death warp, I don't know why you would slow him down. Anyway, they both check both chests in Aga Tower now.
Yeah. And Alaszun taking the Spectacle Rock connector again. And Julloninja is heading into Hookshot Cave. So we're going to see 4 new chests as soon as that wall bomb's open.
Yeah, that, no, Alaszun has opened these already. But,
Yeah.
that
yes,
bomb will
yes.
always fail if you throw it from the wrong place. So it's just a matter of being too high or too low.
And we see another dark cave, which Alaszun can't see in.
Yeah, I have to imagine he'll get to Hobo eventually and get those that lamp. Oh, there's the other part of Spectacle Rock, so if you want to get back over there, it's easily done.
Yeah, but yeah. He can't check what's on Ether Tablet because he did not pick up that book in Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock, yeah.
Yeah, that was at the Chain Jumps chest in Turtle Rock.
Yes. But now we see Jullo heading towards the Dark Shopping Mall, which means he will soon have his bow and mirror. Alaszun finding the front door of Desert Palace. We'd already seen access to it from one of the side doors, I think, unless I'm getting that confused with the seat I was watching before this started. Oh, and yeah, with that mirror, it's no longer a forced 10 rupee penalty for taking the old man exit, but only if you want to mirror to Light World right away. Or actually, I think, can't you use the mirror iframes to avoid picking up Kiki?
Well, yeah, but all you have to do is just you can grab Kiki here and then mirror at Sahasrahla. And I don't know why he didn't do that. He hasn't checked Sahasrahla yet that I know of. He's apparently insistent on checking Sahasrahla from a slower place, or what? I don't know. I don't know why he didn't go to Sahasrahla. Okay. Maybe he... Oh, he already did that stuff. Never mind. Oh, he knew that potion shop was there. So he's already made all those Light World checks. Why didn't he check the hobo right there, though? That's maybe a better question. Instead, he's going to check it from a slow direction here.
He wants to check this out. Oh, he wants to go back into Turtle Rock.
Oh, he can go all the way to Laser Bridge now if he wants to. He's got an extra key to use. And he's got the key.
Was Julloninja? I thought he was the one who found Laser Bridge entrance. Someone did.
Yeah, you're right.
One of them did.
You're right.
Yeah, I thought it was Alaszun. But Alaszun is now going to be heading through this side, and with the cane is going to be able to make it all the way back to the front door. is seemingly frequently a very good play to make, to head in through one of the midway doors and use it as a connector back to front.
Yeah, it's not in logic without all of the small keys, though, and he only had 2 of them, so it might be something that he does, not sure. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do it.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
He does have all the keys he needs, so yeah, he just has to be a little careful since he will die if he takes damage from anything doing a hard or more.
Oh, well-timed fairy drop. And the boots!
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if you can try to do something to make your mic crackle less. It'd be good. Found a Super Bunny Cave over on Julloninja's side, but nothing of interest there. Probably more interesting as a connector, maybe. Oh, Alaszun not taking the front door. That's an
That
interesting
was
call.
like Death Warp.
Yeah, I would think that maybe you'd want to do that to.
Where's he going now? Oh, right, he didn't check Crystal Room, and yeah, based on that number chests gotten, maybe it was Jullo who found the laser bridge.
I can't imagine using your last key here though, because oh man, that makes me nervous.
That's what he's doing. Yep, it's when he pops out of that door and finds that he could have backdoored it, he's probably going to be a little disappointed.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too thrilled. Now you've just maybe put yourself in a potential situation of needing Turtle Rock Small Key for go mode.
Yes, that was in the desert area, and Alaszun has not been in that area, I don't think. And Alaszun is finally back in the White World, did not check the map, even though we know he picked up 2 of the 3 White World maps. Like, almost back to back.
So we didn't see where the front of Turok goes, but it's likely that the boots are out of logic. It depends on if we can access the front of Turtle Rock now that we have the mirror. That gives us some more places we can go to that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. And Julloninja finds the big key to Eastern Palace in King's Tomb, which was located on East Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's nice to find because now we haven't seen Eastern yet, but whenever we see it, we're going to be able to full clear it. And for Jello, it's completely in logic since he's got the lamp too. Otherwise, there's always a debate when you find the Eastern about, do I want to clear this or do I want to dip it now or wait till later? Back of desert there.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a raid. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We're just past the 1 hour mark, and neither of these runners has been able to complete a dungeon yet, but we do have a lot of progression items. We have a bow, we have a hook shot, we have a glove, we of course have the moon pearl, the flippers, the mirror, the red cane, the fire rod. We have the boots, but they may or may not be in logic. Alaszun has 3 GT keys, so that
3 GT keys does not put the compass room in logic, which is the room he's going to go to first here. Oh my god, don't take a death. That would be awful. This is really dicey.
Yeah, I heard that it's actually 3 keys puts Ice Armos in logic, but it actually takes 4 to put either the compass room or rando room in logic.
Right.
Because if you take the wrong side...
It's just worst case scenario with opening key doors, basically. It's probably not even possible to waste your keys in such a way that it wouldn't be...
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the logic always assumes worst possible key usage, and there's that useless door right near the beginning that nobody ever uses, so 3 keys is definitely enough to clear everything out. Oh, and Jullo finding the Turtle Rock connector, or the Turtle Rock Outdoors connector, I should say. Basically, the only part of the light world that you can almost consider a connector, and that is the front door of Turtle Rock. So those boots are in logic. And Julloninja has picked up his boots. He knows that they are in logic.
That's very good news for Jello, that he got the boots not too long after Alaszun got them.
And to anyone playing the big key guessing game, our answer, I believe on full right, would be 8, is that? Because Bob's chest had the GT big key and sword, hammer, and the small key to Thieves' Town, Ice Armos with the goods. And with that conveniently placed big key, Alaszun can now check this big chest. Finds a big 20. Not so big.
But he's also got the hammer, so he can do the full left side as well.
Yeah.
And after he does the full left side, he's going to have a decision to make because he's got that big key now, and the bow, and a fire source.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, again, I don't know how key logic takes that into account, but I almost feel as if because the hammer was locked behind... Well, no, wait, Ice Armos is considered in logic with 3, so... There you go. That's considered logical, and you actually had to go full right to get there because you need the hammer for the left side. Oh, and back-to-back T-Rock small keys. Well, that's all 4 of them. So now the only thing left to logically full clearing Tall Rock is that ice rod. Oh, and I was so busy watching Alaszun root through GT that I didn't even notice that Julloninja has found Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I don't think we found anything too crazy in there yet. Kind of hard to find anything there when everything's over in GT.
Yeah, but it's still a full clearable dungeon. And Alaszun is not going to make the climb. Probably for the best. I don't remember what we decided had to be on at Block by Agatu. I think it is an item-based location, but I don't think it was like... Actually, no, it might be Cackwell. Oh, and...
No, I think the Cackwell was at...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or was it at
no,
Sixth, maybe? Or no? Huh.
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember where it was.
I don't know. I mean, something's... Obviously, something's missing.
But it might be at the smithy. Well, I believe that the...
Oh,
is it
yes,
the
yeah. Hammer.
Right. But
We get a
Alaszun...
Master Sword. Oh, now we have mitts.
Yeah, and we have
Speak
hammer as
of the
well.
devil.
Alaszun
Yeah.
is going to be doing hammer pegs right now, I imagine. Like, he kind of has to maybe grab the smithy first.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got something else on his mind.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't go all the way through. It looked like he started to Herapot and then decided to just leave. I don't know what happened there. Oh, we missed it. Swamp Small was also in Hype Cave.
Yeah, Alaszun on a roll with finding stuff for sure.
Yeah, Oh, okay, it was... Yeah, he, like, soft-locked trying to Herapot, I guess.
You're right. Violet pointing that out. I did see that, and then I just kind of forgot about it after I saw it.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with these glitches. I didn't even realize that you could soft-lock yourself trying to do that.
You have to push left after you get the hook shot to stick. Otherwise, you'll soft lock.
Yeah. Well, we got a... we're quickly tied back up at 1 crystal apiece. And... yes, it's not marked on our tracker yet, but I did notice, I think it was on Armos nights, but Julloninja did pick up the cape in Eastern Palace. And Alaszun heading back into Tower of Hera in order to check what's in the coffee break room. Decides doesn't want to actually take a coffee break.
I don't think the cape has too much significance. Maybe puts some of the invincibility needed checks in logic, but we otherwise have access to. I mean, we've already seen the Aga Tower entrance, and we've seen both sides of Bumper Cave, so.
Yeah, it could still be our Spike Cave access. Oh! It didn't even occur to me, yeah, the Julloninja also picked up a sword. And it's not one of the two that Alaszun has, so we've found all 4 of the swords. 2 that Alaszun has, 1 that Julloninja has, and 1 that we still can't get to on Desert Ledge.
I don't remember where the smithy was, but I would expect Alaszun is probably going to do these mirror checks down to the south and then head back to the north. Well, maybe he's wanting to check. It would make more sense to check Bombos with the purple chest, if that's something he's considering, which I would think would be a good idea.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure. Did we even find the smith? We must have, because he seems to be going back now. I think he just remembered Smith. Yeah, it was in CAC. Oh, and we find the Cane of Burna. So that means that the cape really isn't going to be worth much.
Interesting little mistake by Alaszun there. He's going to have to go back and get a new portal, I think.
Yeah, that was not exactly well done. And we get the last GT small, a 5er, a shovel, an ice palace small, and a bee in a bottle. Not that great unless shovel turns out to be something good. And yeah, Alaszun placed that mirror portal really poorly. I'm honestly amazed that that wasn't a mirror bonk immediately.
Yeah. So something we're about to see here, I think, for those who love that hype, if you want to call it that, I'm going to get a pedestal check in just a second here.
Oh, yes, we will.
There are a lot of really good players. The ice rod is on the pedestal. That's 100% required. Alaszun does not know that, and he's already checked the back of Skullwoods, I believe, so he doesn't have as much impetus for going back to Skullwoods. And yeah, that's big news. We're in for all dungeons here except for Maybe not AGA 1 or AGA 2, perhaps. No, pet isn't just alive. Pet is required. There's no getting around that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a pet seed.
Oh, did he not do that? I thought maybe he was back there because I thought that I had seen the. Oh. I thought I'd seen the chicken hut before.
Yeah. Well, the front of Skullwoods has some nice stuff. We get a bottle of blue goo, which is going to be Jullo's first bottle, but more importantly, we get the big key to Thieves' Town. And what was that shovel? It's a pod key. And Jullo picking up his silvers. And is just going to check where this connector will take him. Or, actually, I think he probably already knows. Oh no, that's
Alaszun doing the easiest glitch in the game, basically. Anyone can do it at home. It's as easy as it looks. Turning the purple chest like that. Actually, I don't know if it was on the English version, but on at least the Japanese version.
and Bombo's tablet has 10 arrows. Yeah, that is a good point brought up in chat. We've got enough small keys to full clear it. For Alaszun, it would just take ignoring the front door, although probably far more likely he'd want to open the front door and just hammer jump to save a key that way. Julloninja with only 4 would have to do the whole keep going to the bow locked side and not open that front door, and also hammer jump, but would still be able to. Well, actually, they are still missing one thing to be able to full clear pod, and that would be the pod big key.
So, Jello is heading into Thieves' Town, and he's going to clear out the back. He doesn't have the hammer, and he doesn't have the small key. I think both of those were maybe in GT. Yeah, they were. So, he's going to be orphaning the big chest here. Jello really needs to get back to GT.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I think they were in like adjacent chests in Isarmos. But Alaszun takes down the moth, gets his bombs, gets his green pendant. and takes a 2-1 lead on bosses. Tracker's not marking it, but Alaszun did defeat Moldorm. Yeah, there we go. But Jullo should have his second boss kill not too far off, because he's got the goods to finish out Thievestown. And turning it in right away, gets the powder. That is a nice safety, but it's not going to open up any checks until Aga 1 is defeated, but we've found Pod. And with those 5 small keys, he can full clear everything except Helmasaur.
That's really interesting that he's doing this. What is his plan here? Oh, he's gonna go to Hobo.
Oh, whoa! That is very fortunate, because that means he is going to have his lamp in Palace of Darkness. And meanwhile, Julloninja takes down Blind. Knots us up at 2 boss kills apiece.
Yeah, I think still we're down to the big questions of when does Julloninja go back to GT, and when does Alaszun get the knowledge of Ice Rod on the pedestal?
Yeah. But Alaszun is not heading back into Pod. I guess doesn't want to go into... wants to save it until he gets the big key. Now, for all we know, the big key could be in its vanilla dungeon. But he's not going to gamble on that. So he's heading towards Dark Death Mountain, going to get the info that Swamp is a pendant, T-Rock is a 5/6 crystal, Ice Palace and Mire are regular crystals.
I don't remember Bombos pick up. That must have been in GT, I'm guessing, but gonna make use of it right away. And good news for Jello, he's in GT. Let's hope he goes all the way to Ice Armos, because if not, he's gonna be hurting really bad.
I don't see why he wouldn't go all the way to Ice Armos.
There are some people who don't like it, or it might just slip their mind sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Bombos did not really unlock anything useful.
We've still got the whole Mire area that we haven't seen yet, so a lot of stuff that could be down there. I guess we're looking for Swamp Palace yet, according to the
Yeah, that's
trackers.
right. We are still looking for Swamp, and but Alaszun is going to finish off Ice Palace with his hammer.
Oh, this makes perfect sense. And he's got the big key now. He can. Oh, he's already done Big Chest. But,
Yeah, he was able to clear out everything except for the 2 hammer-locked chests. Well, 1 hammer-locked chest and 1 hammer-locked boss.
yeah, so there's only 2 chests left here. Alright, Jello is... Yes, continuing on to Ice Armos, and he's surely going to like what he sees, other than the fact that he just orphaned that Thieves' Town big chest, and if there's something there, that's going to be a big advantage for Alaszun.
Yeah, and I didn't notice he picked up a mail upgrade at some point.
Honestly, I'm thinking that maybe we should have the mail upgrades on the trackers, because with these sprites, sometimes I can't even tell what mail they have.
Yeah, I mean, I think Alaszun is still on green mail, because I think that's what that sprite looked like at the start of the race. I've seen Julloninja is not happy with the big key to Ganon's tower being in GT there. Probably because it means more checks that he'll have to do, but when he sees a hammer that lets him go to left side, he might not be as disappointed, because he's not going to be straight for... Yeah, that's what I thought. That was what the sprite looked like at the start. But I've seen the Phoenix sprite enough to know that that's the blue mail on Jullo's side.
That is one of the more popular sprites nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Phoenix Wright is a popular character. And Cold Stare bringing the red goo and giving Alaszun a crystal. Of course, he doesn't know yet that he needs all of the pendants as well, because there is a cold rod on the pedestal.
You're gonna get quite a bit crackly. First check of ether here, just a piece of heart. I don't think that Julloninja's been up there. Jello had the book first, I believe. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Joel did have it first. And nice use of Cane of Samaria to avoid going through the portal. And... oh, okay, yeah. I was like, and this is Super Bunny, which I know Jullo saw, but then I remembered that Jullo wouldn't only just got the hammer, so that's pretty much your only way over there, or, well, Mirror could get you there as well if you came through the Dark World.
Jello actually saw, he saw, oh, no, he did this. I know he did it.
Yeah, so we must have seen Ether Tablet check and just weren't able to see what was actually on it if we weren't looking over at his screen, because he couldn't pick up the item without Master Sword.
Well, but Jello didn't have the hammer. He just he mirrored.
Yeah, that's what I said.
item.
But I guess you could have also gotten over there with a mirror.
Yeah, he got over there with the mirror for sure.
Yeah. Alaszun finding his back of desert and can't do a thing in there with no big key. but
Yeah.
able to get that small key, and that's a GT small key. So I guess that was actually our last one.
You know, as far as no mode goes, the Desert Big is it. That's all we're missing from between the two racers. Oh, and the swamp location. So we might need the flute yet to get that.
And Pod Big.
Oh, right.
And
Sorry.
Meyer Big.
Oh, yes. My key glance was very insufficient. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
So 3 big keys and maybe the flute.
Maybe.
Pretty good chance of the flute, actually, I'd say at this point, based on what we found and all of the entrances that are remaining. And we might actually need a medallion for Meyer's normal entrance, if that's where Swamp is.
I don't remember where Eastern Palace is, but Jullo's cleared it, so it's somewhere.
Yeah, it might be like one of the mirror spots in North Dark World or something.
Yeah, Alaszun was in Ganon's tower when Jullo found it, so we were kind of focusing on all of the interesting stuff that was going on in there, and then suddenly it's like, oh, and Jullo has found Eastern. Jullo putting that Bombos medallion to good use, and he's still on Master Sword. I could have sworn Alaszun was on Master almost as soon as he got his first sword. So I'm wondering where it was that, unless Jullo's first sword was actually the same one that Alaszun got. Yeah, reward from EP was a sword. So I'm wondering where Alaszun checked right after GT that Jullo didn't do the same.
It was the Hype Cave at the Village of Outcasts Hammerlock spot.
Ah, okay. Jullo picking up the green pendant. Alaszun checking North Dark World.
Eastern's got to be around here somewhere. Like right here? Nope, not right there. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure Jello did all this stuff. But, exactly.
It's around here somewhere. But Alaszun heading into the Skull Woods area. And we'll get the Thieves Town Big in here.
I have to imagine that's going to be a pretty high priority for him. No, it's not Becca Skullwoods. Becca Skullwoods was the chicken coop. Oh, I thought Alaszun had done this stuff. I guess I was wrong. Okay, so he is going to get the news of the pedestal pretty quick here. And for those of you who missed it before, you'll get to see it again in just a second. Well, for anyone looking for any sort of reaction from Alaszun, you didn't really get it, though.
Yeah, that is indeed the ice rod.
Then you'll have to talk to him about that later.
But now Alaszun going into the front of Skull Woods, gets their ether medallion, and I believe this is the big key to oh, nope, decides don't want a bomb jump just yet. Oh no, this was the big key to Thieves Town. Oh, yeah, they don't have the big key to this dungeon yet.
What's up here? I don't remember that. Ah, desert.
Desert front.
I guess Alaszun is going to...
That's going to be a silver pickup.
Yeah. I feel like he's been putting this off for a while and was maybe waiting
possibly a connector.
Yeah, like he was maybe waiting for a key.
Oh, wait. Yeah, he hasn't even gotten this chest.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't know that the silvers are here, but he's gonna take them.
Maybe not.
No, he definitely doesn't.
Yeah, probably not.
You don't turn those down.
No, of course not.
Even if you're proud, they save a little too much time to say no to.
Yep. Julloninja heading into the cold stare fight. Going to use that Bombos medallion again. Yep. And Alaszun, yes, getting the news that that's where Agate Tower goes. Sees another entrance to Turtle Rock. And a simple ferry. And it's going to head back into desert, probably going to go out the third door.
Oh, we picked up a small key there in the library.
Yeah, Alaszun had picked that up already.
Okay, I didn't see that before.
I don't remember what it was. That might have been our last GT key or something. It wasn't like terribly hyped, I don't think.
All right, this is going to be a big moment for Julloninja, really. But Alaszun is about to full clear the back of Thieves Town. Julloninja did not have the hammer or the small key, so the big chest, which was in logic, was not cleared by him. But we're going to get to see what's in there as soon as Alaszun gets downstairs.
Yeah. And wait, Jewel found a way into the mire area. How did that happen? I missed that.
I also didn't see.
Yeah, must have been some sort of connector, because still no flute. And swamp is at back of desert.
Now, if the flute is over here, this could be big for Jello. Oh, he doesn't have the swamp small yet, though. That's unfortunate. He's gonna have to come back here.
And Ether Medallion is the entrance to Mire.
So we're not gonna have to worry about Quake this scene.
Correct. And Sick Kid is hiding in Misery Mire. No wonder he's sick. The weather here is horrible. And that house is like literally underwater. Oh, and the bomb merchant. And it says that DP is our other 5/6. Pod is the last of our pendants.
Almost kind of irrelevant. Just, we know we're gonna have to clear them all, and we'll clear them all in whichever order is most convenient, I guess.
Yep. Oh, that's where our where Jewel got the mail upgrade. It was the prize for defeating Blind. Yeah, but I mean, it can still be important to know what's what, because I mean, for all we know, that missing no, well, no, we need the pedestal to get all of the crystals, and specifically to get the 5/6 crystals. So yeah, the vanilla GT entrance is not blocking anything important.
Yeah, there could be a question of, like, when do we decide to climb GT and things like that, but we don't really need to know what's a crystal or a pendant to make that decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Alaszun has also found that connector to the Mire area.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I guess since we know that pedestal is required, it's actually more important to know what is blocking us from being able to get our pedpole, and right now we still need that pod big before we can get that ice rod off of pedestal. Oh, yeah, and it was, yeah, that's right, that hype cave had that small key, so now we're seeing both our runners in Swamp Palace at the same time, and pretty much equal, this is a pretty close race. They've both cleared out Skullwoods, Thieves Town, and Ice Palace. Alaszun has also cleared out Hera, whereas Jullo has also cleared out Eastern. They both have knowledge that this is a ped seed.
They've done the exact same checks in GT. I guess Alaszun hasn't even found Eastern yet. That's something that might hold him back a little bit.
Yeah, but Gamachu, the ice rod is on the pedestal, so that last crystal at Turtle Rock is being blocked by the pedestal.
And they both right at the book when they check the back skullage, so Alaszun working up his diver down here. Looks like he messed up the block placement.
Yep. And what will left side have? A 3-pack of bombs and a 5er. Well, I mean, you have to make these checks. And this late in the seed, every chest is valuable.
Yeah, we're still missing too much stuff at this point.
Way too much stuff.
Oh man, Alaszun leaving that ferry with just 4 hearts.
Yeah, we still need 3 more big keys and, well, actually, I think just those 3 big keys, unless we also need the flute to get to one of them. But no, we won't need the flute because we found the connector to get to Meyer area. So yeah, with the ice rod already a known quantity, it's pretty much just those 3 big keys that we still need: Desert, Pod, and Meyer.
Oh, there's number 1, our Desert Big.
Yeah, that's good information. They'll probably... They might end up hitting there next, and... nope, that's just the big key to Skullwoods.
Oh, that's interesting. That Jello did not do diver down in the back. He did it in the front, but he didn't do it in the back. That's interesting. Or on the left side, maybe I should say, not the front. that has allowed Alaszun to pull just a little farther away in front of this race, but obviously it's a pretty minimal difference, and Alaszun has to be super careful here. Good grief. Oh man, that's a poke even. Yeah. So now Alaszun is going to finish full clearing the mire area and discover the rest of what's over here, including the bomb shop being right here.
Bomb shop is going to really be that much of a. I mean, what could? I guess Big Bomb could still have like mire big on it, because I mean that pedestal is blocking one of our 5/6 crystals. So
yeah, I can't think of any big item caves that we're missing.
Yeah, I don't even remember what item caves are still at large. But we're going to get to see our other 5/6 crystal obtained in just a few moments, because Julloninja is in Desert Palace.
Sure seems like the obvious play when you get the Desert Palace big. It's not in logic with the Desert small. We don't know where that is, but we don't really care if it's in logic or not, because we just...
Yeah.
We want this crystal.
Yeah. For all we know, it's in Desert Big Chest anyway.
Sure could be.
But the flute is on Lenmolus.
So that that connector was 100% required, because the Desert Big was blocked by that.
Yeah. 100%. And Alaszun heading towards... Where is he heading? Oh right, that connector in Waterfall Cave. They've taken it so many times this seed. Julloninja heading back to Kakariko to activate that flute.
I don't see a big need to prioritize this, but well, if you like the song, there you go. If you were heading back to Death Mountain or something, then this makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, flute is a good movement item in any case. And I don't think that was where he meant to go. But where did he mean to go? Oh, Tower of Hera! That's right, that was right here. And yes, I remember Alaszun cleared that out like right after the GT dive.
We still haven't seen that Tower of Big Key yet. That could be a little bit of intrigue later in the seed.
Yeah. I mean, logic says it's got to show up somewhere, because that is a sequence break, going up the tower without it. And with the Butter Sword, Moldworm just takes 2 slashes. Julloninja is ahead 7 dungeons to 6. Where is that Eastern Palace for Alaszun? Jullo, of course, is going to head back in, do the basement. Well, Alaszun is going to activate his flute.
Oh, we're gonna get that Desert Big Chest for check right away.
Yeah.
This is logic, so certainly interested to see if this points us towards the next dungeon. Oh my goodness, why are you talking to this guy there, Jello? The Spike Cave.
We see Spike Cave. Oh, and the single arrow of destiny.
I don't know what's in Spike Cave, but it's probably better than that arrow.
Probably.
Yeah.
Not much. It's a little better.
Oh hey, finally we get to see more of Pod. I don't think that Jello has found Pod yet. Somehow.
I mean, it is kind of an isolated location, and I think Titansmiths were fairly late, so
Yeah, but they do have
probably
the flute
just
now.
hasn't been over there.
I think
I mean,
this
that is... Yes?
Jello's going to be doing the Smith chain here.
Yeah.
Before he just did he did the Capwell, which was at the smithy, without doing the rest of the Smith chain. It's part of it.
Yeah, but yeah, the pod was mix locked, so it's not exactly the easiest spot to have gotten to early. Gets the red mail. And another full heart, so yeah, no worries for defense now. And we get the useless Quake Medallion.
I'm curious. I don't know what's in logic right now. We don't have all 6 pod keys, so the rest of pod isn't.
Yeah, that's correct. The rest is not.
Oh, climbing GT. But the GT climb could potentially be just for a pod small, or something like that, to put this in logic.
Yeah, that is possible.
Oof, that was close. Yeah, but the GT climb after this, that seems like the best play, I think. Other than finding Eastern for Alaszun. Or finding Pod for Jello.
Yeah, which Joel may be about to find Pod, because he's in that area with those mitts now.
Yep, sure looks that way.
But yeah, so far it was just a palace of mapness. Compass, too. And Alaszun going to get the news that Spike Cave is not terribly hype. Ooh, gets the bonk. But we'll get through there. But gets the full refill off of that thing and decides to just leave.
Yeah, I'm a little curious that he decided to walk out. He's got the flute now, so doesn't seem to be a lot of routing benefit.
Don't know. Oh, and he's back into GT. He is going to make that climb.
Yeah, that Eastern, though, is still looming. Very curious. I mean, the GT climb seems like the right play based on what we know, but Alaszun is obviously going to have to find Eastern at some point and complete it. If someone is bored, they could go back and look at the VOD and see where Jello found Eastern Palace.
And we've determined it wasn't back of Skull Woods. That was the chicken coop. But I mean, everyone seems pretty certain that it was back of Skull Woods, but we know it wasn't. So it was probably right around there.
Yeah, but I feel like Alaszun checked all of the stuff in that area, unless he's.
I wonder if it was like a Wonder if it was maybe it was Death Mountain Descent and Julloninja found a connector leading to Bumper Ledge or something? I mean, that would be in that area, and it would be a tough location.
Yeah, that's possible.
That's the only thing I can think of. Is that you have to, like, mirror from, and we have, you called it, the last small key to pod, but there wasn't anything actually locked by... Unless that's... Nope, that's the big key to Meyer.
Yeah, just
So,
different parts of the same sort of equation.
yeah. So Fat Fairy's not going to be required now, because the only thing we're still missing is that pod big, and that is blocking the 5-6 crystal. Because it is a pendant dungeon, and the ice rod is on the pedestal. Oh. Okay, yeah, we have gotten confirmation that Alaszun has not found any way to get to Bumper Ledge or to its Light World counterpart, Death Mountain Descent. And yeah, I'm feeling like it's getting to Bumper Ledge is often a big thing, because a lot of times you can end up having to mirror to Death Mountain Descent. And
Oh, so Mimic Cave, it sounds like it's at.
oh yeah, okay, Mimic Cave. Yep. And we're going to see the Ganon drop down. Oh, that's the uncle. So, 10 arrows, and what's in the chest? A Misery Mire Small.
Well, Meyer seems like the place to be right now.
Could be. But yeah, Mimic Cave is a very tough location to get to. Because you need to find a connector that leads to the to one of those two Turtle Rock exits, and then mirror there.
So, Jello, obviously regretting doing Thieves Town before GT and going back for that Thieves Town big, but he really needs to get back to GT. He does have an advantage of having Eastern complete, but yeah. All right,
Yep, and Jewel is making that climb.
And that's go mode.
And yeah, it is. Well, it's no mode. It's not go mode for Alaszun because he still has not found Eastern Palace.
Yeah, he's still in item go mode though.
He's in item go mode, yeah.
Just needs to find
Well,
that.
yeah, actually, yeah. He is in go mode because there aren't any items that could possibly be blocking a location for him.
Right.
So
what's
yeah, so he
though,
is in go mode. What?
We're gonna end up seeing Alaszun do the big bomb, I think. Looking for Eastern.
Yeah, that is a That is a very real possibility. And yes, DH Stom, he's in go where mode.
Man, Jello is obsessed with charging his sword when shooting this silvers at these land molars here. It always causes a ton of lag and glitchiness, at least on the second one.
Yeah, and speaking of silver arrows, we have a vitreous fight. And we have a dead vitreous with a piece of heart. So that knocks us up at 5 crystals apiece, but the big difference is that Jullo knows where Misery Mire is, and Alaszun does not know where Eastern Palace is. And yep, Alaszun jumping right into Palace of Darkness, going to head to Helmasaur, get that last yeah, that's true. And I mean, you don't normally think of the idea of Go Mode Eastern, especially because it's like, I mean, when you're not playing Keysanity, Go Mode Eastern, the best you can do is hope that you don't have to go all the way to vanilla big key chest to get that big key.
That definitely saves some time, though.
Yeah, it does save some time because there are 2 chests that aren't in the direct route.
Beyond the big key chest. Like, well, I'm considering that the very first chest takes several seconds to run
very
back.
first chest and then the second chest are slightly out of the way.
So yeah, this is all about how long it takes Alaszun to find Eastern, because the path is super straightforward for Jello, and Alaszun has a bit of a lead here, maybe, but it's going to be really close. I wouldn't be surprised if they're both in Ganon at the same time.
Yeah. I definitely remembered seeing Jullo out on that ledge there, the one outside of T-Rock, but I don't remember exactly how he got there.
Looks like Jello is taking the footpath to Mire's location.
And as Alaszun jumping into the waters there, oh, there, yeah, that is probably every bit as fast as fluting to 3 would be. So Joel is about to hit go mode. And Alaszun is pulling the page.
What a surprise. It was correct.
Yeah. And seeing that rod held up from the pedestal, it almost looks as if it was meant to be that way.
So Alaszun hasn't seen the front of Turtle Rock. He might be hoping that the front takes him to that Turtle Rock ledge, and that could be the case.
Oh, that is a very good point. He never did go out the front door. And that is kind of an underrated nuance of Turtle Rock in entrance rando. You will get spit out wherever the front door is. Even if you had never gone in through it.
Simultaneous boss kills, that's fun. And Trinix takes a long time to blow up, though.
Yep.
Oh,
and
now
has
Desert
the
Logic.
Desert Palace small. So logically, this was actually supposed to be your first 5-6 crystal. Go figure. But wait, that is our answer. Oh, but that's
Yeah, so it's just the bottom
that
of
was
Paradox.
Paradox.
No,
though.
yeah. He just needs to mirror here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he certainly has seen that before, but he must have seen it before he got the mirror.
Yeah, must have.
Oh, he never went out
no,
there.
they're saying he never left that particular exit of Paradox.
Okay. Well, that bit of routing certainly worked out for Alaszun, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think he almost, like, with how few locations he had, I think that idea that he's hoping that the front entrance of T-Rock shows him the way. So
yeah.
Now it is Alaszun definitely has the lead, just has to finish up Eastern. Julloninja is in pod and still has to go. I mean, this isn't exactly going to be lopsided, but it is definitely favors. Oh yeah, actually, bottom of pod alone, they're probably going to be facing these bosses at about the same time.
Yeah, I think that Alaszun is going to get his 7th crystal before Jello gets his 6th. So, but certainly a very close and interesting race.
Yeah, you're right. Here we go. It's the Armos Knights, and they will each go down in a single silver arrow.
And there's that gold sword.
And picking up his butter sword.
Yeah, he did have boots a little earlier. Definitely having hammer earlier helped. Jello went back into Thieves Town for that big chest. That was not too helpful. And we just need to run up here. Oh, Jello still has to run to the pedestal too, so that's...
Yeah, Joel has to go to the pedestal.
Yeah. Alaszun has time to probably fall on the last phase of Ganon if he wants to make it interesting.
I've never seen that Ganon message before. A desert full of stereotypes, huh? That's not even in this game.
There are lots of references to other games and the things Ganon says, so...
Mm-hmm. And GG.
Oh, hey, there's Alaszun. I'm guessing they invited him. Hey, congrats on the win.
Thank you. This looks like it's going to be about a 2-minute difference or so, given where everything showed up.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting at the end. You were definitely ahead, but you hadn't found Eastern yet, and I don't know how confident you were in where Eastern was going to show up, but yeah. What did you think? What were you thinking with theory?
Oh, I was super confident Eastern was going to show up. There were basically... I was missing 2 connector spots, effectively. I hadn't found my way to Bumper Cave, and I hadn't found my way to the Turtle Rock Bridge. And so I knew one of those paths was going to be my path to Eastern Palace, and either one of them was going to be accessible via the bottom of Paradox Cave, which I hadn't checked, but knew I hadn't checked. I also knew one of them was going to be from the front of Turtle Rock, which I could have traversed, but I was being very, very greedy because I knew where the Ice Rod was, and was hoping I could get sort of the free traversal straight to the front of Turtle Rock. And so I pushed off ever actually going back there because I decided not to explore through there that first time I was there, and instead went to check Laser Bridge. And so I knew Eastern was going to be there, or was going to be on Laser Bridge. And so once I got spat out there, I checked the Dark World entrance, I checked the Light World entrance, and once that was off, I was Big Bomb and then Paradox Cave, and I was out of entrances at that point, so I wasn't super worried.
Yeah, of course there is still the other entrance that goes to Bumper Cave. I don't know what that is, but
yeah, but I track all the connectors, and so there was only a couple connectors that were still out there.
Yeah.
And so Bumper Cave was either going to be got to from Ganon's Tower, which doesn't matter because obviously it was locked by Eastern Palace, or it was going to be got to by Big Bomb, which was locked by Turtle Rock. And so I knew I was effectively in go mode once I had that pod big key. And I was very, very happy to see it locked behind the Misery Mire big key as well, because it meant that it was extremely unlikely that someone was going to dodge killing Agatu.
Right, and also made dipping pod without the big key much more likely.
Yeah, I was trying real hard to avoid that. But at the point it was... Yeah, Adelor, the only connector we never saw was Spiral, so it was either Pyramid Crack or it was GT to Bumper Ledge. That's basically what I was tracking. I don't know if you look at my stream, but or on the map, but I'm very precise and make sure I keep all of the connectors out there. Ooh, nice triple. Much better Ganon fight than I had.
Yeah, it was pretty clean.
And GG's to Julloninja. Finishing at a time of 2:26.14. That is about a 3.5 minute difference, it looks like. Yeah. So, good close race.
Yeah, this ended up, I know Julo's a really, really solid runner, and
Yep.
so I knew this was going to be a close race. I'm really, really glad the answer was climbing GT and not walking your way through Turtle Rock, because I was pretty sure I was going to be dead if that GT climb was nothing, but... yeah, no, that was... I don't know, I enjoyed that seed. There was a lot of sort of interesting stuff going on, and I assume he also checked pet at some point, so the ice rod wasn't a complete surprise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he checked
Probably
it first.
before me, I would guess. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A little
I-
before.
I took a long time to get to that area. I was trying really, really hard to find a connector to Bumper Cave before I headed to that area, but then finally just kind of gave up.
Is Jello planning on joining us? I'm not in the race channel, so.
He hasn't responded yet in the race channel.
Okay. I just wanted to say before we talked about everything that happened, but like, Jello had the pedestal knowledge first. I thought you had already been to Skullwoods, but I was wrong. You had the boots first. And
Yeah, I would have been really surprised if he had beat me to the boots, given what you had to do to get them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course you dipped into GT first as well. So this GT really wanted you to go in and then just full clear it all at once. Were you at all tempted in there? You had all the keys? No.
I had so much. So I didn't have all the keys. I had 2 keys, and then I found my 3rd key locked behind my hammer. So I knew there was a missing key somewhere out there, but I didn't know where it was, and there was a lot of stuff that I still had open and available to me.
Oh, it looks like Jello doesn't have time to interview.
It was pretty easy to get back towards Ganon's Tower, and so I wasn't as worried about needing to revisit that area. And so I just kind of sat there and said, you know what, I'm just going to make efficiency plays for a while. I thought the answer was going to be the flute to get me to Mire. I was really, really surprised when that, I call it Dark 2, I guess Death Mountain Descent, spat me out there instead of either Bumper Cave or the bridge, because I was expecting it to go there. I thought one was going to go there, and then Turtle Rock Front was going to go to the other one, but it just ended up not being the case.
Yeah, you definitely, you both found that connector to the Mire area extremely close to each other. I think actually Jello found it first, but then he found Swamp, and he didn't have the small key yet, so he ended up going to Head Cave immediately after that, and getting his.
Oh, that's rough.
Swamp Small, and then going right back after that. So, yeah, it was extremely close race throughout. Just a few different sequencing things that let you get a lead of a few minutes, I guess.
Yeah, I was a little dismayed that the stuff that I thought was going to that I had dodged doing showed up just on my go mode path anyway. So I'm like, oh, I never found the Desert Palace small key. Maybe that'll be an Eastern Palace. And Hula would have found that first and cleared a completely empty Eastern Palace. And no. And similar to, I found all the other big keys except for Tower of Hera. But I have to assume that was either in Eastern Palace or in the Desert Right side?
Desert Right sounds possible because we didn't see that, but yeah, that's what I would guess.
It's quite possible that was locked behind Big Bomb or something stupid like that.
So yeah, I think the only I don't have. Did we ever find the Pyramid Fairy entrance? I don't have that marked as us having found that.
I don't know. You found at least one of them. I know that much. I don't really.
Let's say we found Waterfall Fairy. I don't know if we found Pyramid Fairy though.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
But yeah. this was a pretty interesting seed. Gave us a super early Moon Pearl. Gave us, I wish, a much earlier Mirror, but all those Paradox Cave entrances were pretty bad. Okay, apparently we found Pyramid, and I know we didn't check Magic Bat because I don't think either of us found the Castle Tower second key, which obviously could also be that Hera Big Key, which honestly, if that's logically required, is really nasty.
Oh, yeah. There's there are a few things that we aren't. Are you going to check that now?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll have to make sure
I understand.
Tower of Hera Big Key's in the Desert Palace Big Key chest, by the way. Now I can stop.
So,
and actually end my stream.
we're gonna have to talk about banning Hera Pot next time. So if a seed is trying to give us something good, we can't deprive everyone of it.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't think Magic Bat for Aga is something I would ever call good.
Okay. So that small key that we found like really super late was. Oh yeah, that's right. That was on Trinex, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on Trinex. The Desert Palace Small was on Trinex, and then
that was locking the Tower of Hera Big. That.
Yup. Really nice sequence game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was basically once you climb, you can just kind of follow your golden carpet to get everywhere at that point.
Yep.
I would say, and it was also locking the flute, too.
Yeah.
Logically speaking, because that was sitting there on Landmo.
Yeah.
The connector to the connector to the Meyer area was also blocking the flute because you had to go there to get your Desert Big.
Yeah, you 100% had to. When I got my flute, I'm like, okay, well, I 100% had to walk through that connector, and that felt pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I was hoping to get more out of Swamp, but at least I got one of the big keys that I was looking for, and then at that point I was like, well, I'm 3 big keys for Go Mode, basically. Or 2 big keys at that point. And so once I found it on top of GT, I'm like, well, I guess we're just going to do Meyer and hope it's on the way. Because at that point, I think my options were basically to reverse through the front of Turtle Rock and hopefully find Eastern. And after that, I was just like out of options if the pod big key wasn't there.
So Jello had 198. What did you have for the rate?
I definitely closed my stream or my window. Let me check. I'll check really quick. It's easy enough. 193.
Oh.
I also left a ton of items on the ground though, so I'm not sure if I did more or less than he did. But I dodged like a bunch of heart pieces and heart containers and stuff just because I didn't really feel like I was gonna need them. And I was also death warping a lot of the early part of the game.
Yeah. Health was kind of low for both of you guys, but you both handled it pretty well. Not sure if either of you had any unintentional deaths.
I don't think I did. I had a couple of brain dumbs. I gave an up input after Herapotting, which was bad. I was trying to get to the back of Desert, and instead of walking out of the back of the Smiths, I ran to Zora area, went through Spectacle Rock, jumped down from there, and about halfway there I'm like, oh my god, I'm so stupid, this is a waste of like a minute of time. But I mean, that's kind of, it's hard to keep track of literally everything in the seed, and it's a lot of the skill in the mode itself.
Yeah. Alright, well, next I think you're racing Sir Linkalot.
I do believe that is correct.
You have any thoughts on that?
He's a pretty decent runner. Probably I mean, I think there's a big chunk of us all sort of in this like middle 20 that are very, very similar level. And so you just end up, it's not really like a crapshoot. I mean, ultimately I just hope that like the seed ends up playing to my strengths. Like I think I'm a relatively efficient router and I'm pretty good at taking advantage of entrance specific things. He's probably a little bit better on execution than I am. So you have some advantages, you have some disadvantages, and it's what it is.
Yeah, you've had a pretty tough run of opponents so far, so...
Well, yeah, that's because I'm in the loser's bracket!
Well,
unlike the winner's bracket where, like, there's Lynn and a bunch of 40 seeds or something at this point. I think Lynn's the only top 10 seed still left in the winner's bracket, even, which is incredible.
Yeah, he is. There's only 2 other top 20 seeds.
This tournament's been a bloodbath at the top. And I'm happy to have contributed to that by not only losing to Zelda, but by losing to Zelda, I got Zelda to beat Goomba, so I'm doing my part there. But no, it'll be good. These have been good matches. I mean, my last match was like a 20-second difference. This one was like 3 minutes, which is still a pretty small difference when it comes to this sorts of mode. So I'm hoping for a good match. These have been good and fun.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it, surely. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you racing again within a few days here.
Yeah, hope probably middle of next week, since that seems to be my best time anyway, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have no idea about Link-A-Lot's availability, but I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Yeah, I would say Jullo, I think, is Australian, so we had to be a little bit more creative with our scheduling, because Australia and California are a little bit different time zones. So this one will probably be a bit easier.
Yeah, that's right. He's like Australian and German or something like that. I don't know. Or
Yeah,
French.
I don't
Australian,
actually
French. I don't know.
Something like that.
All right. Well, until next time. I don't know if anyone else has anything else. Maybe Nori has anything. But
Yeah, just,
follow the runners.
Yes, I just want to say GG's to both the runners. Thank you, Labor Chowix and Jay Coper for commentary, and Adalor and Terry for doing tracking. And also just want to mention we do have some matches coming up this weekend that we can always use help for. GFE versus Top Life at 1 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern, Goomba versus Flipwheel.
That'll be a good one.
And then 4:30. Yep. Hitsuyan versus Roland Tankir. And then on Saturday we have a couple more matches. Waterloo versus Frostbite, who actually took out Humbug, who I believe was the #1 seed.
Yep.
And
number
Illis,
1 seed.
Yep. Illis versus One Up, and Sunday Incoherent versus Dataplet, which is losers bracket round 4. So
Yeah, so lots of good matches come up. We're getting pretty deep into the tournament, so there's a lot of anyone
Yes.
can wins coming.
Okay, and that's it. So thanks everyone for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a good night, morning, or afternoon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.